now also have naval ships moving into the straits, which we learned on this program last week as well, that we did not have ships in the Straits of Hormuz. Now we do. And that is all very, very good news. I want to bring in now to discuss this retired Navy intelligence commander. Paul Chabot is with us. Commander, welcome to the program.
My pleasure. Great to be with you.
All right, Commander, how enthused are you? I don't know if that's the right word, that we've now have this blockade. We've got naval ships in the straits, apparently some of them looking for mines. Your thoughts on where we are today?
Yeah, look, we've got to go for the win. We've got to bring Iran down to their knees economically. They're not listening to reason. And quite honestly, we have no choice but to go forward. Iran has really forced our hand. And let me also say, we have the full ability through our U.S. Navy and allied partners across the region to absolutely create not only a blockade, but to take Karg Island or other items which you may be hearing about. That without such action, we're going to kick this can down the road for my kids. Most concerning is that Iran was probably a month or two away from reaching 90% uranium enrichment. They admitted to 60% just months ago. So this is a true threat to the free world, and America is on the doorstep, and we've got to finish what we started.
All right, you know, I agree with you, Commander, and you may not agree with the war, you may agree with the war. Either way, you got to end it. And the best way to end it, you cut them off economically. I actually think taking Karg Island would be another way to do this as well. I'd probably say don't blow it up so we could end up benefiting from the oil. I don't know if that's thinking too much like President Trump, but take Karg Island, block the ships, you cut them off economically, they have nothing.
Yeah, Karg Island is in the cards. At least the Iranians should believe that it is. Karg Island's in the northern area of the sea there. It's not in the Strait of Hormuz, but about 90% of the Iranian oil flows out of Karg Island. It's stored there and then moved. We've got two Marine Expeditionary Units, which are extremely incredible of doing this kind of work. One is already on station, and another is steaming from the Pacific, will likely be in that AOR in the next 10 days. That will align with the 2-week end of ceasefire, which may end shorter than that anyway. So to get the Iranians to think that we can take Karg Island as one, but we've also reversed tables on them by basically saying, we're going to control the strait, we are going to clear the mines, and we are going to lead the way.
Yeah. Let me play one more clip from President Trump today. You mentioned the ceasefire. We have some time left on that. Roll that clip.
If the deal is not reached by the end of the ceasefire, does your threat from before still stand?
Yeah, I don't want to comment on that, but it won't be pleasant for them. Let me put it that way.
Do you think we get all the way to the end of the ceasefire? And you raise a good point that maybe we need more soldiers, Marines on site before we can actually do what we need to do. But do you think we get to the end, or does something happen before then?
Well, if Iran stays true to attacking the United States, as we have begun today to basically lock out the Iranian ports, then that will end the ceasefire because they have threatened to target us and our allies and our interests throughout the region. Now, look, they don't have a huge Navy anymore. It's at the bottom of the ocean. They don't have an Air Force. But what they do have are very small, fast, basically attack boats. They still have a mining capability. They have a drone capability. That Strait of Hormuz is about 21 miles. So it's a very narrow area where easily Iran could unconventionally use old school sort of tactics to hit one ship. If you hit one ship in the Strait of Hormuz, that locks everything down again, which is why it's extremely dangerous. But also to remember, we're talking about the world's greatest Navy here, greatest military, our CENTCOM, AOR, we are in theater, our air assets, our intelligence, our collection. We can do this, but it is not without risk.
Yeah. Well, we shall see how it plays out. I think if they do what they threaten to do and hit an American ship or one, it's game over. President Trump, I would believe him when he says it's going to be very ugly for them. I have no doubt about that. Paul Chabot, commander, former commander, U.S. Navy, thank you for coming on.
Yes, sir. Thank you. My pleasure.
Absolutely. Pleasure's mine. You know, the other issue you got to